Hi, this is Windrage from the European Mazragos server. I'm going to talk through soloing Magtheridon as a protection warrior. It's pretty nice for a change to be able to see these sort of videos for us rather than paladins and DKs who seem to get all of the soloing fun. Alright, so when you pull Magtheridon, you're going to pull these ads and basically just tank them all up. There's not really a lot you can do. If you're a Warlock soloing this, or another really good AoE class, you could do basically nuke them down. But they do a chain heal, which means that at current gear levels at least, I found it was impossible to kill them. So you just sort of stand here for the first 90 seconds of the fight, tanking them, keeping up demo shout and shield block. While that's going on, I'll just explain a few things as to how I geared up to do this. I didn't use any particularly special gear. The only thing I did was enchant mending on my sword. Everything else is just my standard raid gear. It's pretty much all epic, but I think if I were to come back in, say, heroic gear with a couple of buffs, maybe some drums and things like that, then I would probably have equal success. So my gear is pretty normal with the exception of, say, of mending on my sword, which you may already have. The talent tree, however, I did have to change a little bit. So I went 3 of 3 in Blood Craze, in the Fury tree. This is probably the most important talent, and it gives you the vast majority of your healing during this fight. I also picked up 2 of 2 in Impending Victory, which gives you the victory rush when you use Devastate on a dying target. Finally, in Arms, I chose Field Dressing, put 3 points in that, which increases your self-healing. This is pretty important because for most of the fight, you're going to be taking a lot of damage, and the vast majority of it is going to be coming from these ads. To do this particular run, I buffed myself with Battle Shout, just so I got more avoidance. You may choose Commanding Shout if your health pool is a little bit of a concern, and I actually ate some Mastery food as well to get those blocks up. So I've been tanking these little ads for a while, and you can see I've got some unit frames there, or some raid timers even, sorry. Deadly Boss Mods is telling me that Magtheridon is almost coming up, so we'll see him come up now. And the first thing that I do when he gets active is I put him on a focus frame. So I mark him with a skull, stick him on a focus frame so it's easy to see him. Now that he's engaged, the most important thing is to sort of keep yourself near the wall. You can see that I've got my back to the wall here. The reason you do that is because he knocks you back, he does a knockback move, and if he does that then he can reset. It's a nasty little bug. I've switched to full-time Magtheridon now. I'm keeping up Demoralizing Shout, I'm keeping up Shield Block. Otherwise I'm pretty much using all of my single target moves. I'm spreading around some AoE just to kill the ads, the sort of elemental ads here. It's not a priority, but if the odd rend or whatever can kill them, then that's great. So I'm going to be nuking Magtheridon now for a while. I'm going to speed up the video because it's a little bit dull sitting through watching all of this, so just bear with me. Alright, I've slowed it down a little bit here just to point out a couple of things. The first thing is that every now and again, every minute, Magtheridon will cast something called Blast Nova, and he's just about to cast it now. You want to make sure that you can rotate your cooldowns whenever he casts this. A really good thing to use is the Trinket from Tolbarad, which I have equipped anyway. If you use this, you'll take about half the amount of normal fire damage, which is a fairly significant loss in terms of reduction. The other thing that I can pop then is I often use my Dwarf Racial, so I alternate the two. So I use Stone Form followed by the Trinket. I also just popped Enrage Regeneration, so I just got my health back up to full, and I'm going to mix Shield Wall soon into that. So you want to just keep using your health smartly. As a rough guide, I got down to about 65% health when Magtheridon was around 75%, and that's kind of what I want to be doing. Right, I'm just going to speed it back up again now. Alright, slowed it back down because he's almost dead. He's at 20% now, so basically I want to switch my rotation to be spamming Devastate, which is what I'm doing. I'm spamming Devastate, and then every time I get a Victory Rush proc, which I am occasionally, I'm using that, which is restoring about 7-8% of my health. I've glyphed Victory Rush. You could probably get away without doing it. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill. By the time you get to 20%, there's no way you can really die, as long as you don't have much health. So that's it, that's Magtheridon. It's a pretty easy fight. Just advice I would say is just to keep those ads in front of you as much as you can. Keep Shield Wall and Shield Block on cooldown. I would also use Spell Reflect as well. The mobs do cast spells at you. When you've killed him, just run out and the mobs will reset. You can then loot in peace. They don't really hit so hard that you'll die instantly. It's just kind of nice. But you can see on this run, and this was during patch 4.06, I know they are nerfing it in the future, but I got 505 gold for my troubles, so well worth the time and effort. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and I hope it's been helpful. Cheers.